Alright, so this tutorial is on how to use work planes, and this is a really useful tool that you will use for a lot of complex modeling that we're going to do moving forward. So one of the common uses for using a plane is when you're working with cylinders and you want to make some sort of sketch on this rounded edge, but you can't click on that rounded edge to make a sketch. You can click on the flat face, yes, but you cannot click on that rounded portion. So that doesn't work. So you've got to make a plane to do that. So planes are really great for a couple reasons, and I'll show you a few uses for them. Offset from plane we'll use, and the tangent to surface through point we'll use. But you'll learn maybe how to use some of these other ones as well. So before I can drop that plane in, I need something to attach it to, a guideline, okay? So we're going to go back to our original sketch. I'm going to go back into that sketch, double click, and I'm just going to draw a little short guideline right here off of the quadrant. Doesn't matter how big it is, just a little line, finish sketch. Now I can't see it, right? Well, you know by now, you got to right click on your sketch and turn visibility back on. Now I can see my sketch. Now I'm going to go to a regular plane. I'm just going to do a regular plane right now. So I'm going to click on plane. I'm going to click on that endpoint, and I'm going to click one more time to drop the plane into place. Notice the plane is right on the surface. That's what we want. Now, it doesn't matter the plane is not covering this entire thing. That doesn't matter. It's giving us a work surface on the axis we want to be on, essentially. So now I could go and do a sketch on that plane, and I could do something like this, and I could extrude that sketch, except it's only touching a very small portion, right? So there's some neat things you can actually do that I'll show you. If you use this distance, you can actually make it go to a certain point or a certain distance of your choice, or you can select a face. But this is even easier. If you hit to next, and it's automatically going to mold itself and find the surface that exists. So that's a really neat feature. I'm going to cancel that for now. I want to show you how to do an offset plane. So some of you may need to work a certain distance away from something. Whether this is a cylinder or not, you may need to work a certain distance away from a surface. So let's delete that sketch. And we still need this plane though, if we're working with a cylinder. And now I want to do like an offset from that distance. I'm going to go to offset plane. I'm going to click on that plane, and then I've got to put a value in here to tell it how far away I want to be. So let's just say it's 2 inches. Okay. Now I've got another work surface, but again, you still need this plane to be here. You can't skip that step if you're working with a cylinder, because you still wouldn't be able to offset this from nothing. You have to offset this from something that's already existing. So I can do a 2D sketch on that plane. Again, draw some sort of feature here. There's my sketch out on this, and I can extrude that. And again, really neat is doing to next. Got to click it first. To next, and it molds itself right to that surface. So really cool thing there to do. Another way to get planes is to use these axes, okay? So under Origin, you all have this folder. Expand that, and notice if you hover your mouse over these different planes, you're going to see these planes pop up. Now, they're not perfect, and you've got to do something here. So this one, if I click on that plane, you can see it's not even centered. It's not even centered in the middle of the cylinder. But what you can do is you can click on that, highlight that YZ plane, go to plane, and it will find the face. So if I click there, I've just created a plane on the face by using these surfaces. So it wasn't perfect. It didn't find, the right plane right away, but I can use that as a starting point. Click on that and then click plane and then hover over some face to get it to snap to the surface that I want. So that's another option, and then the same thing, sketching on that face as you wish. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching.